Hey guys, it's Spencer. I will be making a video on ball python care. So, this is going to be I'm going to start my room, and then I'm going to go where the ball pythons are and show you the cage and setup and stuff like that. But, I'm going to start off with just ball pythons, temperaments, and things like that. So, I'm going to introduce them. This is Star, the female ball python. She's a cinnamon ball python. She is an adult female. She'll get thicker. She just hasn't eaten in a while, which is normal. I'll tell you why in a little bit. So this is Sunshine, which is a boy I found out. And she's a lemon blast. She is in shed currently, the beginning of her shed. And she is still a little baby. He is. So this is Alex. He was my first snake. And he's my adult male. I know, yes. And he will get a little bit bigger, once again, because he hasn't eaten. It's just these two that I haven't eaten. The little male eats like a little powerhouse. He's crazy. So I'm going to start out with their temperament. Super docile. You can see he's just sitting here, and she's just sitting here, and she's kind of exploring a little bit. This is kind of her personality. She likes to go look around a little bit more, and he's super mellow. Super mellow. And he is pretty docile too. He's kind of like Star. Likes to move around a little bit more. So they're super mellow. It's almost unbelievable. I could probably give this to anyone that would want to hold it almost. If a 1-year-old wanted to hold it, yeah, I'll give her Alex. Because he's just sitting there. He's not going to go anywhere. And they're a little bit on the picky side when it comes to food. Oops, sorry there. They can be like, oh, I don't want to eat, I'm not going to eat. Like, he went off food for 6-8 months. And one of my friends' snakes went off for almost a year. And it's just showing that they'll go off food, and if they go off food for a month, it's not going to be something concerning. And maybe if it's a baby, it might be a little concerning because they're so young, maybe. But it depends. Females are a little bit bigger in size. You might not see that, but trust me, females will get a little bit bigger than males. It's called sexual dimorphism. I don't know if it's like, I don't know why they're not eating. You can't really tell why they're not eating and all, but it's a normal thing. Like all snakes, they'll go off food for some time and then they'll go back eating like crazy. This looks so funny. So we're gonna take you to where my big snakes are. So the room's a little bit messy because this is where I play my Xbox. But so this is the little baby. She has this 20 long cage. She just has 2 hides and a water bowl and some plants. What's funny is she always eats up on top of her rock, which is pretty funny. And yeah, you could keep a baby in there for a fair amount of time. But if you could just go 40-gallon, that's what I would do, because that's what they'll eventually need. So this is the 40-gallon tank, which are what basically all my big snakes are in right now. This is the Exoterra swinging doors. My favorite cage. I don't know what brand this is. Maybe Zoomed, maybe, I don't know. Maybe Zilla, I don't know. I have no clue. And they'll need a heating pad. They'll need about 80 to 85 on their hotspot. Oops, sorry. 80 to 85 on their hotspot. They'll pick and choose what side they want to go on. So the whole point of having 2 hides is letting them pick what side they want to go on. If they want to stay on the hot here. This is his hot side. This is where the heat pad is. He obviously wanted to get warm, so he's going to go over here. When he wants to get cold, he goes over here. It's his pick and choose. It's called thermal regulating. It's a really big thing for basically all reptiles in general. And you can see she went to her hot hide, but she's probably going to go to her cold hide. Because she was on her hot hide all day. From when I wake up to when I get home from school. And they call them ball pythons because they'll go right up in a ball. I could probably catch this one in a ball right now because I know when she goes in here, she's in a ball. That's not a ball, but you guys, if you look up ball pythons, you will see them in a ball. Because especially babies. They will go right up in a ball and they'll just chill right there. So the 40-gallon cage is the size cage you'll need for them. You don't have to get the Exoterra. I mean, they can be spendy, especially the 40 gallons. So you could do one of these. This is a little bit banged up. So you could do one of these cages. It just comes from the top like this. And they're all the same thing. I mean, so you're just going to need that heat pad, which is right there. You're going to need the heat pad. And then you're going to need substrate. That's my brother coughing, sorry. So, I am using cocoa fiber. Exoterra, I think. Cocoa fiber, cocoa husk. I like it the best, and so do my snakes, because they'll actually burrow down into it. And I'll also do some of the cypress mulch, forest floor. I'll do some of that at the top, like on this guy's. Sometimes I mix it in, like on my baby one, I mix it in. That helps with shedding. They'll rub it in on shedding. And I also think a good thing to have in a cage, it's not a requirement, but I think a really good thing to have in the cage is, I think this for every animal, but is rocks, like little river rocks, because they can rub up against those when they're in shed, and it gets their shed off. And it also, for like lizards, files down their nails, so you don't have those big, huge nails sliced up in your body. No, I'm kidding. But rocks really help. I think they're really good. And then you're gonna need a water bowl. You don't need they're dirty. The water bowl, you can have one that big. I like the ones this big. I just like them small because they don't need a huge water bowl. And when they're in shed, and if you see them having a rough shed, if they're having a rough shed, normally their shed's coming off in pieces, like little tiny pieces, then I'd stick them in a bath. With like lukewarm water. And don't put anything in it, just water. And then you can put them in a bathtub or a little, like, container. So they I think containers, because it gets them more wet. It keeps the water in, and it keeps the humidity in. And I think that's probably one of the best things you can do to help with shed. And it normally comes right off. You can assist it off, or you can just put her in her cage and let her do it herself, or him. That's a good thing. I like baths, but if you know they're doing a good shed, is if they shed it off whole, or at least full, almost to whole. And also, they don't need high humidity, which is kind of nice. So you might just spray it like every other day, lightly. I'd raise the humidity when they're in shed. It really does help with everything. But if you spray like the nice thing about the cocoa fiber is it keeps the humidity up a lot. And the cocoa fiber, I just love the cocoa fiber because it keeps everything. It's just perfect for snakes, I think. And then I also just throw some sphagnum moss in there. You don't have to do that, but I think it's good to have sometimes. But you don't have to have it. And the food, I can't really tell you like what size you need. You can always ask the person you're getting it from. don't go bigger. Don't do a bigger rat than the size of its body. I mean, it's like I'm feeding her a size a little bit bigger than her body because I'm trying to really get her big, and I want him a big snake. And just to let you know, this is not a ball python. This is a boa. Just they don't get nearly as big as that. And it's a really good beginner snake. It's corn snakes and ball pythons that are trying to be the #1 snakes. Corn snakes will go right off your hands. I don't think they're the best. That's my personal opinion. I think the ball pythons are the best. And it's a really simple animal to keep. It's nothing challenging. Like, you don't have to have a crazy large enclosure like this one will need. They don't need a big, huge enclosure. These guys need a little bit bigger enclosure. But 40-gallon cage, some dirt, hides, maybe some rocks if you can find them, a water bowl, and some rats and a heat pad. And sometimes it's nice to have something like this. Like, those are okay accurate, but I'll show you the best thing that I actually use on like everything, like the bearded dragon, anything with a basking spot or a heat spot. I think it's under here. It's this little temp gun thing. So it has like this little red laser, and then it will tell you how hot it is. So like if I go to Kosha, you can see the little red laser. And then it says 104, that's kind of low. For her. That's kind of low. But, so it tells you how hot it is, and that's super cool. Like, see? So, those are probably one of the best things. You can put it right up where the heat spot is, and it will tell you instantly. So we're going to go back in here, just for a second. So last thing before I end this, they eat probably once a week, maybe once every other week. Don't feed twice a week. And another good thing is not hold them right after you eat. Maybe wait 2 days or something like that. Really good, really good pet. They're not going to be eating anything like... She eats like a large rat at the biggest. But like... They don't need a huge meal like this one. When it gets full grown, he could probably take down small rabbits if we decided to feed him that. Because she'll get huge. Same with my curved python. She could eat just about anything. She'll get huge. But they just eat. He eats small to medium rats, but he's picky on the big sizes. So he'll eat smaller ones. See, they all have their little personal preferences. She won't eat anything too small. She'll eat basically anything, but not anything too small and not anything too big. So it kind of shows you they have their preferences. So that's it for the ball python care video, and thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video.